What up, YouTube? So it would appear that Jumpsuit Pablo and the Germans are back at it. It's like World War II all over again. And we have Jumpsuit Pablo leading the way on D-Day to destroy the Wade wives and free Germany. How will this unfold? I don't know. But I have, in spirit of the day, my German beer pewter with sparkling water in it to celebrate the occasion. So, let's get right into this video. Just a recap of the last one. He went on. They acted delusional, refused to show their faces. He told them off a bit at the end, and they kicked him out of the call. Let's see what happens here. I didn't expect to see him talking again.
Hey, what's going
Shout out to Jumpsuit Pablo for leading the charge for all of us, for all the good people in the world.
on?
What's happening?
What's happening with you?
Wade Wilson, freedom, Wade Wilson.
I got kicked off earlier. Why?
I would like to explain. I was not present when that happened, but it was a simple miscommunication. It was an error.
Cap. She was present. That's Cap.
And it was not intentionally.
How much are they gonna... Oh my god. Watch the other video. Cap! Watch the last, minute of the other video. She's there.
I think there was a language barrier. You're on a German chat, so I'm multilingual, so I can maybe assist a little bit in translating or in the communication to talk to you about a little bit better about it. It was difficult for them to translate, to understand really what you were saying. So that happens as most people are here from Germany, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense, and I appreciate you being.
That makes... No. Jumpsuit's being nice. That makes no sense. Y'all kicked him out as soon as he started swearing at y'all. Get out of here with the Cap.
Here to translate. The thing is, I don't think it was a mistake because we
There you go.
were communicating quite well on this live, and then and then even if there was a problem understanding, there's no need to ban me from the live and kick me out. We could just wait until we could all take some time while I'm still live to figure out how to communicate. There's no need to ban me just because if you don't understand. But I think they did understand because I was communicating just fine with several people here. I think I asked some questions that nobody really had any answers to, and then I got banned.
Yeah, I think the host already apologized and said something might have happened. I was not present when that happened, so I can't contest to any of that.
Right.
But I think that maybe there was a communication. I'm not sure. I'm just, like I said, I was not present when that happened. But I think maybe the questions were not understood correctly, or it could have been not really conversed to you correctly. Maybe, I don't know, it's a language barrier. I assume, I'm not sure. I was not there. So I'm just trying to be of assistance.
Stop using the language. It's such bullcrap. As someone who most of my friends do not speak English, you're using the language barrier as a cop-out, and it sounds ridiculous.
Sincere, so to avoid that happen again, and it was a simple error on their behalf. Like I said, I can only say.
I gotta ask, is this like a normal thing? Is narcissism like this crazy in Germany? I don't claim to know, but it wouldn't surprise me after what I'm seeing here. Is it like a common thing, like more common than most places? Because holy.
They apologize that it happened. It was not an intentional fact. That's what I understand. That's the only thing I can say to you. So okay. I was not there, so I'm sorry I was not there.
Oh, you don't gotta apologize. That's cool.
Yeah,
I respect it.
Yes, glad you're back, and I'm happy to help or maybe be of assistance if there's a question that you have, or maybe I'm just trying to help. That's it.
I think, we like I said, we were talking, and I think one of the last things that we were discussing, I asked why people on this live believe that Wade Wilson is innocent or got an unfair trial. And someone told me The reason they think that is because a lie detector test was not presented in the court case, the trial, right? And
I'm
so
not aware of it. I'm not
But
aware of it.
lie detector tests aren't allowed to be presented in court in the trial. You're not allowed because they're really not accurate. I'll state it here in case I ever have to come out live. I would not take one, innocent or guilty. Not taking a lie detector test. Those things are not anywhere as good as people think they are.
Huh?
I'm not aware if they made a lie detector test with him. I have no idea. I didn't know. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no. I'm explaining to you.
Yeah.
So that I'm trying to fill you in.
She's using ignorance as an excuse to not know any of the facts, but then when she gets told the facts, she goes, "Well, I'm ignorant of that." So you just got told the fact. These are feelings people, not facts people. God.
On what we were talking about.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. And so what I was saying is in America,
Look, yeah.
lie detector tests are never, ever admitted as evidence in a courtroom trial because they are not 100% accurate. So it's not just like, Wilson, they don't allow that with anybody, no matter what, whether it makes them look good or whether it makes them look bad, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not 100% accurate, and that's just the law.
I understand. I live in the United States as well.
And so once I
God.
said that, nobody really had anything to say, and then I got kicked out of the line. So that's where we left off, right there.
Yeah, I think then that kind of maybe goes back to the context that if certain things are not known, maybe in a different country, or the laws or regulations, how it works in the United States. I live in the United States, but I'm from Europe originally. So having said that is maybe
But if your guy's big thing is that a lie detector test wasn't used, you're just all there complaining about how come one person hasn't gone on Google and found out why they didn't use it. Because it's like y'all just, epiphany, oh my God, they're not allowed to use them. It's like that in most of the world. It's like that in Canada.
kind of a missing point of
Jumpsuit, I'm feeling for you on this one, bro. These are some special people.
having the information or the knowledge, so there was really no response given. But like I said, I don't know what happened in the disconnect there, or that you got removed from the chat.
Well, I know what happened because TikTok tells me what happened. TikTok told me I was booted from the live, and I tried to request to join the live again, and TikTok told me 3 times.
Oh, and just for anyone, you can go. I have 1 or 2 videos ago, or actually 2, 3, whatever. Last couple of videos, the first part of this where they kick, and you don't want to watch what they watch. Yeah, and they clearly kick them, and clearly get mad at them and kick them, like they're just straight cappers. Any Germans who are watching this, you please tell me all like this isn't a common thing, and a lot of Germans don't act like this. I know you got a beautiful country, but if this is the people, oh man.
They didn't want me to join. That's what happened.
Yeah, like I said, I'm sorry for what happened there. I'm not sure what happened or who.
Well, you don't need to be sorry because you didn't do it. They did that.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is, I understand it and how it came across towards you, certainly 100%. But I think,
Yo, so narcissistic. You can't just say, no, yeah, we shouldn't have done that. We kicked you. It's like, came across to you, like, oh, my, most unstraightforward, passive-aggressive people ever.
the wonderful thing is you're here now, and I think we can correct it and maybe proceed or move forward and be nice and shiny about it and say, hey, you know what, mistakes happen, or somebody made an error, whatever happened. And just say, you know what, let's forget about it, let's move forward and have a very productive conversation. Maybe that's, I think, a positive way.
Okay.
I don't see a productive conversation coming out of this because we got idiots and Jumpsuit. But let's try. I agree.
Back and took the time to come back, and the error was acknowledged, and the error was acknowledged. What I understand that I can confirm. Why I came into the live after it just might have happened a few minutes ago. at that time, and they tried to bring you back. What unfortunately we're not longer in the chat, so they couldn't bring you back up, but they tried. That I can give you 100% on.
Okay.
So
Yes,
that's
ma'am. Well, I appreciate that, and I respect that, and I respect you. What would anyone here like to have a discussion with me? Someone who thinks Wade Wilson is absolutely guilty. What would anyone here like to have a discussion with me about? I'm open to any discussion from anyone.
Crickets.
Sarah, Pacina, anybody there?
Crickets.
Ja, einmal auf Deutsch bitte.
Oh, okay. Oh, so sorry. I'm so sorry. Jump to Pablo, I translate her in German, if that's okay with you, okay? So, er fragt, ob irgendjemand eine Frage hat an ihn als selber, weil er im Chat drin ist, ob schuldig oder unschuldig, und einfach eine Diskussion haben möchte über die Geschichte selber. Weil er jetzt da ist, sodass wir eine aktive Unterhaltung haben. Das war die Frage von ihm an uns.
Ja, das kann man ja machen. Also
Ja, er ist ja da, wie gesagt, er hat verstanden, Fehler wurde gemacht und so weiter, aber alles ist gut. Und jetzt ist er da und sagt, okay, wer eine Frage hätte an ihn, weil er denkt, weil seine Meinung so ist oder worauf sich das basiert ist, um einfach jetzt eine normale, offene Unterhaltung zu haben. Das war seine Frage. So, wenn ihr ein paar Fragen stellen wollt, bitte.
Okay, dann ist meine Frage, denkt er, Wade hat das wirklich komplett alles alleine gemacht?
Okay. Jumps to Pablo, I'm translating. So Pacina is asking if you are under the impression or you really believe 100% that Wade Wilson is responsible for unaliving the two ladies entirely by himself. Do you believe that?
Yes! And the one thing I'm not hearing from people who are trying to make it seem, then what happened if he didn't do it? And how does he know all the details so well? Like, there are cases where you have to act like this and say all those things. The problem is, by doing it in a case like this, you're taking away from the people who might actually be innocent. People won't want to hear this anymore after you do this for someone like Wade.
The question.
I do, and the reason I do is because his very first calls with not only one, but multiple people, he described in very much detail what he did, why he did it, when he did it, and how he did it, what he did and did not do to both of these women. And throughout his explanation of the details of what he did to these women, he showed no remorse. He actually laughed about it, and he treated the subject as if it's just funny and it was just something to laugh about. And so I'm aware that there is a narrative that people believe.
And yeah, if he didn't do it, who acts like that and thinks it's funny? Like, if you're really trying to, you didn't do it, you got set up, why would you be acting like it's funny and it's a joke and it's okay? Like, what are we talking about?
Believe that he confessed to save his kids or his family, and he had to do it. He had to confess because dangerous people were making him do it, or you know, you can, if that was the case, you can confess and not be so heinous and not be so insensitive and not laugh and seemingly take joy in your recounting and description of what you did to these women. And that is why I believe he absolutely did everything he said he did to these women.
Do you know, if I may ask, who these two ladies were? I'm just curious, but I don't know. I'm not aware of that one.
Are you asking if I know who the two victims were?
No, you said he communicated it about two ladies he had a conversation with.
No, it wasn't too late. He said that to his ex-girlfriend, Mila. He said that to his biological father, Steve.
Okay.
And he said that to another to Kristen. I don't want to say her last name.
Yeah, got it.
He said that to a woman named Kristen.
Okay, let me translate that, please.
Ja, ich habe das schon verstanden.
Okay,
Ich
okay.
hätte eher
Ja,
die
go-
Frage, ist es nicht trotzdem möglich, dass ihm irgendjemand bei den Taten geholfen hat?
So her question is, she understood everything you said. Her
I
response in the
told
question
y'all in the last video, they understand English. Most of them probably speak it as well or close to as this one, and they're just hiding. German people speak English. German people in the chat, you tell me, a high percentage of people in Germany speak English. We got 6 here. At least 2 of them, probably 3 or 4 speak good English. Facts. Facts. Germany was like a satellite state of the US for a long time till the Berlin Wall and all that came down. Speak English. Come on. Most of y'all how you learned it in school too. Hiding behind a translator. What kind of crap is this? Please, some Germans who are watching, tell me that there's some Germans of some substance and this isn't what we're dealing with. I feel bad. I mean, I live in Canada, so we deal with a lot of this, but we also got a lot of people who don't put up with this crap.
that you believe, or could it not be possible that anybody helped him to do these acts, and it was not just him by himself? If there's a possibility that this could have happened, is that your maybe a thought process or perception?
Well, listen,
Yeah, it's
I
a
mean,
question that she has. So
yes, if
It's
we're
a
talking
stupid question.
hypothetically, I'm not going to say it's impossible that anybody else could have had anything to do with this, but I think logically, I don't see why he would need any help to do what he did to who he did it to. And just to make my point, if we just assume that he had help and he was not the only one who participated in taking the lives of 2 women, if he had help, you're going to support him. I don't see why that matters. If he had anything to do, if he played any part in facilitating the murders of 2 women, who cares? If there's other people involved, like them to be charged. But what you're implying and what you're asking indicates that he still had a part to play in the murders of 2 women, and so he should be held responsible.
yeah,
And
I mean,
I don't. How can you say he's innocent if you're saying, well,
Big
do you
facts.
think he's the only one? It doesn't matter if he's the only one. He is one of the ones.
he's the one that took
That's
the
my
fall.
question.
You know, he's the main one, the ringleader, the one who did it. Are there other people involved that maybe should be held accountable? Sure, maybe. But he's not the one who took the fall. He's the one who did it. He's the one who did it.
Let's say that way. That was also perception or possibility. I'm very objective. I'm not here or there. So what I'm just
No,
saying
you're
for
not. You're an
conversation
idiot.
part, when I say in this country, I live in the United States, so are you, I know. Having said that, I don't live here since yesterday, so I'm living here for a long time. So I'm a little familiar. I'm in a different state, but how things sometimes happen or not happen.
You don't seem familiar with America at all, especially not street culture. You came from Germany and you were running the streets, you were in gangs, you were committing. You know, you weren't. You were in some suburb somewhere, chilling, drinking wine.
Happen, or who knows.
Or beer, whatever the fuck Germans do with their stuff. I think they're probably beer people.
The question is simply raised. What you also have to understand, please, is the information or the press that's communicated from the US in other countries, or the information of news in detail, will not be related extremely correctly or authentically into a different place, for example. That's number one. Number two, I believe also that if you look at something, sometimes you see people taking a fall. I don't say he did or not, but I'm saying to be open to it, that it's a possibility that somebody set
These
him
are
up.
dumbass people who read too much like true crime drama and there could be a possibility of taking a fall and I don't know, and I don't look at the evidence. Like, explain. Okay, there's a possibility. Explain how that could happen. Not, oh, this could happen. Explain how it could happen, please. Look at Jumpsuit's face. This lady is not being objective at all. Objective means using the facts, not feelings and opinions. And oh my God, you know, I read this true crime novel and I thought it was this guy. All the evidence pointed to this guy, and oh, wacky ending. It was the cop the whole time. This isn't a book. Things don't just appear out of thin air because a writer writes them. We have facts and we have idiots with feelings. I'm getting heated. Oh my God, I hate stupid people.
And that he got involved.
And no, I don't hate stupid people. I hate stupid people who think they're smart and act like assholes and narcissists and make us others suffer because of how dumb they are.
Nobody says he's not guilty in any way, shape, or form of anything
You've questioned it a whole bunch of. He took the fall.
or something. What the question is that the whole thing, how it happened, this whole situation that it's so public. I'm sure you are familiar with other people that have done horrible things in this world, in this country, that are having the same penalty, where you do hear nothing, right? Isn't that interesting?
That I'll tell you exactly why. Wade's thing happened right before COVID. Wade's going and doing all these crazy phone calls, doing all this dumb stuff. You've got all these Wade wives on TikTok that are the ones that really started this. You've got Wade doing all that stuff to his face to promote it. It's not us and our side who's calling it out who started this. No, it's all the people supporting him and TikToks and all that crap. That's why you're hearing about it.
And there's no bam, bam, bam. This case, for whatever reason, flew off the handle in how it's publicized, and
he did confess for a hamburger.
Everything is presented in so many different directions, and there's so many people involved. And I'm wondering if I'm a victim of a case, for example, or a situation, just as a question, if I'm a victim of something, why I would make a statement, I would live this horror again to make this statement, but I would get out of the light. Does that make sense to you? That would be my...
The victims are dead.
But none of that applies to Wade Wilson. Did you not hear?
You see that? Whoever's watching this is
public on YouTube.
The internet thing. 755 new Match Gucci items. Whoever was recording this, looking at some fire clothes. Let's go, Gucci. I don't know where that.
This has been seen by hundreds of thousands of people. Do you know that he told detectives exactly where one of the victims' bodies were?
Yeah.
In exchange for a large fry from the
and a burger. And a burger, yeah.
And a burger. And, do you know that? How would he know that?
Yeah. Well,
Silence.
I can't answer
why would he do that?
Like I said, I say it to you again. I have seen a couple things or other situations, different states, different people, just different situations where you might be surprised what we perceive of what is reality in this world or what happened really.
I don't think I'd be surprised. I've done 10 years.
I get it. There could be things that's, but where's the evidence? Show us some facts of something like that, and then maybe we'd believe you, or you'd have something to stand on. You're just saying, oh, I know every single fact and piece of evidence and proof points to this, but who knows?
In prison.
Okay.
I've lived with these people. I know. I've seen everything and everybody from all walks of life. I don't think I'd be very surprised. I'm quite familiar with how people act and what they do and what they'll do in times of desperation. I'm quite familiar with how much
backflips justify a killer. Right there, JD Delay is
in
right.
exchange for a burger when they are hungry.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't see how you can say. Listen, my whole thing is, if you want to support Wade Wilson, admit that you know he did what he did, and that you don't care, and that you think he's hot, and that you have some type of kinky fetish towards him. I would respect that more than you getting on here and justifying your obsession with him by trying to excuse and take responsibility and guilt off of him being responsible for the murders of 2 women.
I think I need to clarify something for this live chat as I'm here, the translator, so to speak. This chat is 100% not a fan club of Wade Wilson in any way, shape, or form, as you just
No, just 99% of the people there
mentioned a couple items.
up here, not in
That's
the chat.
not
Chat's
it.
not on your side.
This
On their
live or
side.
this chat in a different country is interested in the truth to really find out what really happened. They're
We
raising
know
some
what really,
questions.
he told us what really happened, man.
but what
And
I'm saying is, I
why
understand.
is no one else speaking up? Does no one there are 6 other people in it. Why is no one saying anything? Does anybody got anything to say about anything I've said?
Ladies,
And you are the translator. You're not relaying any of my points to these people who apparently don't speak English.
Exactly,
Can I-
because they all understand what he's saying. They all are, most of them do.
can I do
And
that?
I think he's starting to realize it because they're answering things that she hasn't relayed to him.
You're debating me, but you're not relaying anything I say to these people who don't understand, apparently. So what's going on? But you're saying that you're not pro-Wade.
Can you give me a second to translate to the ladies? Please allow
I
me.
would love that. Absolutely, I would love that.
Okay, give me a second. Pachenka, everybody there?
Ja.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Notice she said everybody there in English. Oh my God. Cappers.
Und ist ganz normal, dass sagt, die 2 Damen, die Mila und Kristen und der Vater haben in der Form, den hat er in einem Telefonat und das andere Telefonat in dem Video zugegeben, auch über der Geschichte mit dem YouTube-Video, wo er dann sein Geständnis abgelegt hat für einen Burger und Fries als Beispiel. Das habt ihr gesehen an YouTube, dass er in der Form das Geständnis abgelegen hat und denen genau gesagt hat, wo die Dame zu finden ist. Und er ist der Meinung, dass egal wie auch immer der Mann schaut, dass er dadurch guilty, also schuldig ist. Und auf der anderen Seite hat er auch noch gesagt, das ist also, dass ihr ein Fanclub seid, dass ihr so in den fasziniert seid oder er hatte mehr Respekt vor euch, wenn ihr sagen würdet, ihr findet ihn ganz toll oder er ist ein super Typ oder heiß oder wie auch immer, dass sie dementsprechend deswegen denkt, er ist unschuldig. Was ich ihm gesagt habe, habt ihr, glaube ich, verstanden, dass ich nicht denke, dass er unschuldig ist, sondern darüber sich unterhalten kann, dass in diesem Land, da er 10 Jahre im Gefängnis war, wie er sagt, er hier selber war im Gefängnis 10 Jahre und hat gesagt, er hat alles schon gesehen oder gehört, dass Leute ihr Leben weggeben für was zum Essen, weil sie Hunger haben, als Beispiel, oder ein Geständnis ablegen. Aber er trotzdem der Meinung ist, dass er schuldig ist, weil er seinem Vater das gesagt hat, der hat der Mila das erzählt und der Kirsten erzählt. Und er hatte mehr Respekt vor euch in der Form, wenn ihr zugeben würdet, dass ihr denkt, dass ihr so fasziniert von ihm seid, dass ihr auch...
There's no way she remembers everything Jumpsuit Pablo said for all this time well and is able to articulate it all well, translate. I'm sorry, Cap, again.
diese Mädchen sind, die da anrufen würden und so weiter und so fort.
Aber
So.
ich sage doch
Can
nicht, dass er unschuldig
ma'am, CC Design, can I add one more thing, please?
Absolutely.
With all due respect, can
Yes.
you ask them why am I the only one who will activate my camera? I'm willing to put my face and my voice out here.
Says
Is
a
anyone
lot.
willing to show their face? What? If you truly believe in this, can you show your face?
Okay, 1 second, please. Let me translate that, please.
We
So
already
er
know the
fragt,
Ja,
answer.
das mache ich auf jeden Fall nicht. Ich habe das verstanden, ich mache das nicht.
okay, er sagte nur erst einmal, hat gefragt, warum alle Menschen, die an dem Chat sind, er zeigt sein Gesicht und dahinter stehen oder vielleicht nicht glauben, dass er schuldig ist, die Gesicht zeigen würden. Ich kann sagen, ich habe keine 1000 Follower, also ich kann das eh nicht. Wer auch immer das machen kann, weiß ich nicht. Aber ich übersetze das einfach mal zu ihm zurück. Jamsu Pablo, for myself, I don't have 1000 followers, so that's the truth. Number one, you can check that if you like. Other people don't have that either. and they're not hiding behind their screen. That's what they just told
Is
me.
that true? You need 1,000 followers to show your face on this? I don't think that's true, but I don't know, so I'm not going to speculate.
You can only show your face if you have 1,000 followers.
Yes, I'm just telling you that's the truth. I mean, you can check my profile. I'm not posting.
No, I checked yours, and I understand you don't have 1,000.
I'm very honest, so I don't say.
Yes, ma'am.
Ich habe ja ein Foto drin. I have a picture.
Okay, but I'm about to check everybody else real quick.
Pachinka said she had a picture of herself.
Hopefully
in
none
there,
of them have
so I don't
1,000.
know.
The host Wade Wilson has 2,000. He can do it.
Let's go.
This other guy,
Camera up.
what's his name? Let's see.
Pop up.
68. Okay, let's see. Okay, all right. What about the host? They can. Oh, Metatron 200. You can show your face. You got over 1,000. You know, we got 2 people in here who can show their face. But it's all right. You don't have to.
They
It's
tried
fine.
that
You know,
cop
I'm
out.
not
That
here to-
ain't work.
You know, if you don't want to show your face, you know what? Honestly, I understand. I understand why you wouldn't want to. But, ma'am, CC Design, with all due respect, you know, I respect you and I appreciate you translating.
Yeah, look,
what
you
did
don't
they
need
have
1,000 to
say
show your
about
face.
everything I said.
Oh yeah, I didn't get to that point yet. Where I translate the other stuff. 1 second, please. Pachenka?
Ja.
Ja, so er fragt jetzt, was eure oder deine Response ist oder deine Antwort ist zu dem, was ich gerade übersetzt habe, bevor ich gefragt habe nach den Fotos oder Bildern.
Meine Antwort ist, ich halte ihn nicht für unschuldig. Ich sage ja nur, dass ich denke, dass er das nicht alleine gemacht hat, dass also noch jemand damit bei war.
Okay, so jumps to Pablo, I'm back. So Pachenka says, sorry, I speak German. Her simple point was that she has never said, and she doesn't think that he's not totally guilty, but she believes, and that's her opinion, that he didn't do all of that by himself, that other people were involved in this crime, and he's the only one that got charged, but at this moment, but she doesn't believe that he did all of that by himself. That's just her opinion, so that's just, you know.
And that's fine. Let's so I don't agree with that, but just for the sake of the conversation, let's assume that she's correct, right? If that is the case, whether there's other people involved or not, let's hope they get charged.
Yeah.
But as for him, she still believes he's involved. Why are you on here on a live that is supporting Wade Wilson and advocating for the freedom of Wade Wilson? If you still, even if there's 2, 3, 4, 5 other people involved, he had something to do with killing 2 innocent women. Ma'am, you're a woman. She's a woman.
Yeah.
Some of these people are women. He would do the same to you. He would have something to do with you dying. Why are you standing up and defending this man when you believe he had something, whether it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 other people involved, he contributed in some way in your mind to multiple women dying who did nothing to him. Why? That's all I want to know.
Yeah. Like I said,
Can you ask her that?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now.
Okay.
So, seine Frage ist jetzt, als Frauen oder Frau in diesem Live, dass alle Frauen in diesem Live immer noch ihn unterstützen, in der Form denken, dass er nicht schuldig ist und damit involviert ist, 2 Frauen aus dem Leben genommen zu haben, weil als Frau er denkt, Wade Wilson würde das auch an anderen Frauen antun oder uns als Frauen antun, warum es vertreten wird in diesem Live, dass er in der Form nicht das alleine gemacht hat, aber trotzdem involviert ist in der ganzen Geschichte und dass das hier positiv unterstützt wird. Das ist eine Frage an euch.
Also meine Antwort dazu ist, ich unterstütze das ja nicht positiv. Wir reden nur über Fakten. Also das, wo ich mich beteilige, ist, dass wir über Fakten reden, die halt wirklich so zum Beispiel in den Dokumentationen vom Gericht und so, halt, dass wir da einfach drüber sprechen. Also das ist meins. So, das ist das, was ich, ne?
Ja.
Da müssen die anderen was zu sagen, ihre Meinung.
Ja, Sarah, Hallo? Ist Sarah noch da?
Oh,
Ja,
Vince.
wir sind noch da. Aber ich sag da, also ich bin Supporter und das bleibt doch so. Ich bin Pro-Weight und ja, mehr werde ich dazu nicht sagen, weil ich habe ihm vorhin alles geantwortet, was er mich gefragt hat. Und ja, mehr sage ich dazu jetzt auch nicht.
Ich denke mal, da ist ein Missverständnis hier von das, was verstanden worden ist. Und ich glaube, ich würde das mal ansprechen, weil ich bin der Meinung, es würde falsch verstanden in der Form, dass er denkt, dass ihr das vollkommen unterstützt, weil er der Meinung ist, dass er schuldig ist, als Beispiel. Versteht ihr, was ich meine, wo der Disconnect ist, als Beispiel?
Ja.
So, ich glaube, das ist das, wo der Haken irgendwo hängt hier.
Ja.
Okay, Jumpsuit Pablo, I would like to come back to you. So,
Yes, ma'am.
so Pachenka and the ladies that just answered back in German. So wanted to make clear, and I think I just realized where the disconnect is here in this chat or this live that maybe was never put in the forefront in the beginning. I understand or believe so. Is this live chat is really trying to report on the facts with the court documents and what has been discovered, more like as a live discussion about the case itself objectively. That's a key word. And not about the point of is the person that did this or not. They just believe that there's something that didn't happen that way and they're just looking for the truth, if that makes sense. You can understand it on that level. They're not a fan club. They're not one of these crazy ladies that will call or do all this other nonsense. That's not what they do at all. They're not even interested in that nonsense. The point is they're looking and discussing this in Germany, as in Germany, the information will be reported or are reported very, very differently than the United States. For us, it's very different here. I understand both worlds, that they only get pieces, but for them, it's interesting to have a discussion and follow all the different developments in that case. That's what they're discussing, and it's more like objectively. These people are not fanatics of him. I just want to make that clear. They're not. Right. Germans are very conservative, and they're more culturally restricted. These are not Americans. Americans are different. You understand what I'm saying?
Can I say something about that?
Absolutely.
You say these are not fanatics, but I'm looking at the host, and his name is Wade Wilson, and his picture is a picture of Wade Wilson. I'm looking at the next person. His name is Freedom for Wilson too, and his picture is Wade Wilson.
Yeah, I can't contest this. I don't know that.
Well, if you can't contest that, then you can't express to me that this is a non-biased discussion.
I can only say I'm speaking for myself right now, and I'm speaking about what Pachenka said and the other lady said.
I understand that. I understand.
I don't know how many people are now. They're not looking on the screen. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to translate and do the best I can.
Well, and to be clear, I'm not coming at you. I know you're the translator, but I'm trying to show you why I don't buy what they're telling you to tell me. Because look at the first two people up here. Wade Wilson and Freedom for Wade Wilson.
Yeah, I mean,
but they're up here. Yeah. But they're telling you to tell me that they're not here for that.
Yeah,
they're not fanatics.
On the other hand, it's also like, for example,
these people have based their whole usernames and profile pictures around Wade Wilson.
Yeah, but that you have to understand from a marketing point too. I mean, if you want to present a situation that you would like.
A marketing point? What the? What? Now it's about a marketing point. That's how much it's a marketing point. We're not supporting Wade. We're just using Wade as the marketing point, saying freedom for Wade and all this crap. Like, come on.
To talk about and get some awareness. That's called marketing in the United States.
Oh no, ma'am. I have 1.3 million collective followers. I know exactly. I'm very familiar with social media marketing. I know you don't have to do that.
I'm trying to, if I may finish my sentence kindly, please. Okay. The point is, in Germany, it's very different. I'm trying to make a connection bridge from Europe, from Germany to America. It's very, very different. It's two different worlds. Extreme opposite. Meaning, in Germany, nobody knows anything. German people don't even know. Half of them don't even know.
I'm beginning to think that's right, that they don't fucking know. Oh my! I don't want to insult German people. These Germans don't fucking know anything about anything.
Number one. Number 2 is a German chat. So that means like I would have a chat in Japan. And in Japan, nobody knows who maybe Valentina is. So Valentina has a live chat. Why would people go to Valentina? People don't go to Valentina unless you maybe puts a name in there.
Yo, America is the preeminent superpower. Everyone in the world everywhere knows stuff about America, and Americans can't be expected to know everything about everyone everywhere. Stop capping like American news isn't like the main news of the world that makes the news everywhere else. Maybe a bit different, maybe a bit less, but y'all got Google and the same means to look into this stuff. You're not going to tell me the German government is censoring Wade Wilson so you can't find out this information. I doubt they care about that.
Advertises the chat as something so they understand, oh, wow, they're talking about this. And then they get into the chat and get a visit.
I understand.
That's what the host is doing, what I understand. That her name is not that, certainly, but she's representing it in Germany, while all the girls that are in here and ladies usually are all German. I'm not joking.
No, I don't think you're joking. I think what is a joke, and this is not meant to be disrespectful to you. I'm trying to tell you, you don't got to tell me because I live this 24/7.
Yeah.
This is my career. This is my life. This is my lifestyle. I already know. You don't got to do that. You don't got to be Wade Wilson. You don't got to be Freedom for Wade Wilson too. You don't got to do that.
No.
And if you want to add, because for instance, my username is not Wade Wilson is guilty.
I get it.
Okay. My username is Jumpsuit Pablo. And I can get on here and I command more viewers than everyone here combined. And I can still speak about how I know for a fact Wade Wilson is guilty. Yeah. So I don't need to hear that. You don't got to tell me that. I already know what's going on. I am confronting and I'm here. There are 5 people. If we exclude you, there are 6 people who I assume believe Wade Wilson or claim to believe. To be honest, I don't think anybody in this live genuinely, at the bottom of their heart, I don't think they believe Wade Wilson is innocent. But I will.
Question.
I'm gonna disagree on that. I agree for some. There's some here that are delusional enough that think like there's some other conspiracy they've been reading too much, like novels and shit. Like I gotta disagree with you there, Pablo.
To raise a question, just as a thought, I'm gonna say it in German so the ladies understand what I'm saying, and then I can say it to you in English if that's okay. Ladies, könnt ihr mich hören? So, ja. Ich mache jetzt mal einen Punkt und ich möchte, dass ihr euch mal ein bisschen engaged mit mir, bitte. So, das heißt, ich werde den Punkt jetzt einfach mal aufbringen. Dass es sehr seltsam ist als Faktum, dass das Haus von seinen Eltern abgebrannt ist, richtig? Ja. Und daraufhin hat er dann gesagt, er wird die Wahrheit sagen. Könnt ihr euch daran erinnern? Ja. So, das fällt mir gerade ein. So, ich will das mal den Punkt machen, weil er meint, er ist der Meinung, dass der Host, Sarah, bist du da?
Ja.
Okay. Weil du den Namen Wade Wilson hast, warum so? Ich habe ihm ganz einfach erklärt, dass in Deutschland, erstmal hast du einen Chat in Deutschland, das heißt, in Deutschland weiß kein Mensch, wer der Mann
Whenever they're saying Deutschland, that means Germany.
Ist. So, das heißt Marketing. Du musst das dementsprechend richtig hinlegen, damit die Leute wissen, worüber du sprichst. Als Beispiel. Er hat mir erklärt, dass es sein Lebensunterhalt ist. Er macht das mit allen 3 Millionen Leuten, die ihm folgen oder weiß der Geier. So, und deswegen brauche ich ihn nicht zu erklären. Ich sage, der Punkt ist ganz einfach der. Wir haben 2 verschiedene kulturelle Welten. Ja.
Can you add one thing?